Hello, this is Francis again from McCaffrey's Crafts. Just finishing off this cup of tea, and I thought I'd answer another kind of question that I do get a lot about blackthorn. And the question today is how long should I season the stick? Specifically, new stick makers, they really want to get working on a piece of blackthorn. They found the blackthorn, they've cut it. They're like, wow, I have this amazing piece. They can visualize the handle. They're really excited. They're full of energy, ready to go. And then they're told, sorry, you have to wait for 2, 3 years for it to season. And a lot they'd say, sure, it'll be fine. I'll have a go at it, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine, and it never works out. Um, if you start working on a green piece of blackthorn and carve the handle out, it will crack badly, pretty soon actually. So do not work on green blackthorn. Do not even try to shape the handle on a green piece of blackthorn. If you will, you'll just have a horrible crack. It'll crack really wide and deep. You destroy the integrity of the walking stick. So patience is the biggest virtue you need to have. If you cut a piece of blackthorn, depending on how thick it is, you do need to leave it 2, possibly even 3 years. And that's no nonsense at all. Like I'll just show you an example like of a few ways when your stick is seasoning, if you can see how close you're getting to the point and when it is fully seasoned. So say for example, if you take a piece of blackthorn like this, and you just take a little knife, you scrape, second out, you scrape along the bark here. Let me just do that. Okay, and let me see if I can get this close to the camera. So we're like put it here by my finger. Maybe you can't see it, but basically, when you kind of cut here, you should see no green. Like the bark. Yeah, you can see a bit better in there now. That's better. So here it is. So basically, when you scrape away, you should see no green. Okay, and that's one sign that it's kind of seasoned. Like I'll actually contrast. I have a green piece here that I got confused with. I thought it was seasoned, but it wasn't. So here is, you can see, one second, just get my little pen here, or little knife. You can see there that it's green. So this is like, or here. Actually, wait, that's a bit better now. Okay, sorry, with the camera and the lighting, it's hard to see. But when you scrape away the bark and you can see it green, it's not seasoned. This can stay in blackthorn up to a year, year and a half. So it's a good indicator of when it is getting close to being seasoned. So if you scrape away at the bark, yeah, you can see much better now. You see here it's green, and here it's green. So you have to scrape away, and then when you see that it's not green anymore, it's getting close to being seasoned. But whenever you see it like green here and green here, it's not seasoned. It needs more time. And sometimes, look, I'll have a green piece that I've thrown in the wrong place, and I think it's seasoned. I start working on it, but the minute I see this, I'm like, yeah, that's not, and I just put it to the side, leave it be for some time. So I thought this would be like a handy little stick to have, but yeah, that'll be seasoned for another year anyway, and then I'll go back to working on that. So again, remember, first step in testing for seasoning is get a little knife, scrape away the bark at one of the ends, and see is it still showing green, and that's one way to see if it's seasoning. Another point too is that if you weigh your stick every month, and as it's seasoning, it will continue to lose weight along the way. So if you weigh it 1 month and then you wait another month, you notice that the weight is going down continually. And when it starts to kind of even off, then that's when it's getting quite seasoned. So there's a number of kind of tests that you kind of have to kind of do along to check that it's a good seasoned piece. Now, from experience, when I cut the wood, I just know looking at it, yeah, that's seasoned. When you cut the wood across, if it's like really pale, really white, depending on the color. Well, blackthorn is kind of like a bit pale enough wood anyway, but just by the color, I can just tell if it's seasoned or not. But that's kind of a bit harder to tell for most guys. But it's hard to see in that video, but I can post pictures or do something else on that. But yeah, so you can cut the wood, and you can know by the wood itself. You can scrape away the bark as a tip. You can weigh it as well. So these are just some kind of tips and hints of how you should kind of look at the blackthorn when it's seasoning. So Al's question there that he emailed me was, can he start working on it within a year? No, no, you have to be patient. Look, if blackthorn is hard to find, you manage to get a piece, and you really want, to take your time and care on it, you have to have the patience. There's not a lot of people doing blackthorn full time like myself. And the reason is you need a lot of patience. It takes a number of years to set up. Like, you have to collect quite a lot of wood. It's hard work to get going, and then when you get good pieces, you have to wait 2-3 years before you can work on them. If you start sending out green wood to people, you won't have a business. People will be very disappointed with the product they're getting when it's prone to all these integral problems such as cracking and warping and everything. And you see that quite a lot, like with sticks, like they warp and they go different ways, and people are wondering, well, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with the wood? Did I store them incorrectly? No, you've done nothing wrong. The stick maker just sent you a piece that wasn't seasoned. That's usually the problem with it. So again, I hope that kind of answers of how long should you season a stick. And if you have any follow-up questions on that, just put them in the comments and I'll answer them as best I can. Thank you.